The new Porsche accessories are just one example of how popular aftermarket car customization is really becoming. Now, we introduced you to one of their very special projects, the AC MA200 V8 Prototype, back in late March. But here's a closer look at the shop behind the magic, the creative workshop. It's off the beaten path a little bit. It's tucked behind a couple of palm trees here. You don't really know what's happening inside this place. It's clearly stated the creative workshop. What's so creative that's happening back there?
Creative Workshop is a place where we build incredible mechanical pieces of artwork. This is a 1980 Aston Martin. We've completely redesigned the car. To give you an example, let me see if she's open. You could probably pop it open, you have to see. This car was built in 1989 at the absolute epicenter of shitty engineering, okay? Completely redesigned the fuel injection system, completely redesigned the cooling system, completely redesigned the air conditioning system, completely redesigned the suspension, brakes. We changed it from an automatic into a manual transmission, custom exhaust, custom headers, redesigned the mechanics of the convertible top so the thing would actually open and close. Amazing things like that. And then what we also did, which is really kind of nifty, was this car was an American spec car and had rubber bumpers and all this nasty stuff that American legislation makes people do to destroy a car.
Right.
We brought it back to Euro spec. So these are chrome Euro spec bumpers, airfoils, rally lights in the trunk area as well. So we took this car, made it sexier, made it faster, made it stop better, made it handle better. Back to the races.
And how often are you doing that? How often are you actually redesigning things or changing the specs or, you know, playing with that kind of stuff?
50-50. 50% of our business is what we call conversion here, redesigning, adjusting, stylizing,
right.
And then 50% of it is what we call forensic restoration. It is the absolute Smithsonian Institute.
Original.
We will pull a bolt out, look underneath the head, because the outside of the bolt would have been subject to the elements, whatever. You turn it upside down, and that underside would have never been touched. And we'll look at the finish from the underside of a bolt to understand what all the bolts would have been like, and then we'll use that precedent across the car.
So would you say that detail is important then?
Detail is kind of important. Right. The man calls me up and says, I've always dreamed of owning a TR59, a Ferrari TR59. They made one of them. They're estimated between $12 and $15 million. If one ever came up for sale, it would be impossible to find it. Calls me up and says, I want one, but I don't want to buy one. Build me something that's going to make me feel like I own one.
Okay.
And that's how it started. So we literally started, what you're looking at started as 25-foot lengths of chrome moly tubing, straight lengths, and 8-foot by 4-foot sheets of aluminum.
You hammered this out yourself?
Literally.
What?
Every single thing on the car. What makes the car even cooler is
I don't know if I can handle anymore.
Not only did we make the car exactly the way that the Italian coach builders did back in the 50s, but there are actually authentic components on the car. We had the Barani wire wheels made at the Barani factory in Italy. That's an original Nardi steering wheel, original Veglia gauges, Magneti Marelli components. So we actually took components from vintage racing teams, restored them, then built the car from scratch, and then infused cutting-edge modern technology like fuel injection systems, coil-over racing suspension. So it is a hybrid of the best of the best.
So, would you say that you are you like to do custom restorations right from the ground up? Is that your preference as a shop?
Yes, I mean we obviously do some smaller projects, like even that Mustang up front was a repair project, but we've been put on this earth for things like this, for full-bore, either hardcore research or hardcore design.
This is the place to come.
Works of beauty, a mechanical art. That's what we've been put on this planet for.